welcome to King Cuts. I'm King XL Lee, and I got more content for you coming your way. Today I'm doing a tutorial on me cutting my own hair, and I'm hoping that you would be able to take those tips and those instructions and apply it to your own haircut, whether it be a fade, a taper, a lineup, and be able to achieve a great quality cut that is presentable to those in the community or just to yourself. So again, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy. Welcome back. Yes, I am King XL Lee. This is King Cuts. You just watched me do a tutorial on myself. What do I mean? I just cut my own hair, right? It can seem difficult for those who do not, have the basic skills of barbering. If you are a barber who is tired of waiting for your own barber, or the barbers in the shop are too busy, or they're messing up your haircut, line and all that, well, I have a few tips, and through my video, few techniques that you can utilize to create a great quality cut on yourself, right? So, tip number 1, mirror. Having 2 mirrors, a small mirror and a large mirror. With these 2 mirrors, there are a few things you have to take into consideration. First thing is understanding how to use the mirror. I'm going to look through this mirror the entire cut, all right? If it's in my right hand, have the clippers in my left hand, and I'm not looking into this mirror, but this smaller mirror. This smaller mirror will allow me to see what I need to see through this bigger mirror, all right? And how should I stand? Well, as you saw in the video, if I'm doing work in my left hand, I'm working on my left side, but I'm looking through at my right hand, which carries the mirror. And it would be the same way if you're doing work on your right side or left side. It's the same form. Also, understanding that this mirror right here this is my frame of work. I stand in there, wherever I stand, I need to see myself. Well, if I'm looking through this mirror, if I keep this mirror in front of me, I am not able to see this mirror, myself in this mirror. So holding it about 45 degrees from your body, from in front of you, all the way to 45 degrees from your body and back of you, allows you to see yourself in this mirror, in this frame of this mirror right here. So that's another thing to keep in mind with dealing with using your 2 mirrors. Second tip, how you're gripping your clipper. When we're in the shop or you're cutting somebody's hair, you tend to hold it like this. Some people keep their elbows in, some flare them out. That's about comfort and being ergonomically right. But when you're cutting your own hair, that will not fit into being ergonomically right. It does not fit in making sure that your body is moving in its range of motion in the way it's supposed to function. So the range of motion when you're cutting somebody else's hair is there. You know, your elbow is close to your body. So you're eliminating your chances of hurting yourself through impingement, soreness, and proper usage of your body. But when you're cutting your hair, that's not gonna work. You limit your range of motion when you're cutting your hair the way you cut somebody else's hair. You think you're in control, but trying to use your corners and trying to scrape that, it seems like you can do it, but you are not as in control. And there's some limitations where your limitations increases because your body is not maneuvering and functioning in the way that it's supposed to. So I have found holding like you have a giant pencil in your hand becomes more ergonomically efficient to produce the quality of haircut that you want to achieve. So you can ride it straight against the scalp. You can use your teeth. You can use the points, the corners in order to do detail work. It's all there, and your elbow is still tucked in like you would cut somebody else's hair, and you're saving your body from all types of physical issues. It's more control, and that's what you want, because where there's control, there is comfort. All right? Second to last, we have doing our liner work, right? Using our trimmer. Logically, standing right in front and doing your front line, that makes sense. But for me, my comfort and preference falls into play when it comes to doing my corner all the way to the side, temporal area to the arc, down to my beard. I want to use another mirror just so that I can be more efficient and more effective, because there's a limitation when it comes to my eye and peripheral. And now hand-eye coordination comes in, and that can mess with the comfort of your trimmer work, as well as the last thing important to bring out is your razor work. With your razor work, hand-eye coordination, when you're relying on your eye and you're straining your eye, it can take away from your hand coordination, which might cause you to be heavy-handed. There are 3 things you need to take in consideration when you're using your razor. And 1 is the hand-eye coordination, 2, being soft with your touch, and then 3, following that corner. The last two are very hard to do when you're straining your eye to see what you're doing. You tend to get heavier-handed. I know I did when I first started. And so to make it easier on yourself, especially when you're working on the sides of your face, not to put so much strain on utilizing your eye, not stressing your eye. Use another mirror. That increases your range of motion. Your peripheral becomes stressed because there are blind spots. So why not alleviate the blind spots by using a second mirror, and only deal with one mirror when you're dealing with what's directly in front of you and you are still within a comfort. Comfortability is everything, because you're going to need to be confident when you're cutting your own hair that you can do and achieve what all the steps and techniques in order to achieve a good quality cut. All right. Me personally, I have been doing this since I was 16. I wore plenty of hats, do-rags, in order to cover up all my mess ups. When I became a professional barber, I was able to take those techniques and skills and apply them. And over the years, these are some of the tips that I kept in mind that I developed myself in order to achieve a good quality cut. And so I hope that you have learned and found this information to be quality information and very informative to help you achieve your own cut on yourself. All right, God bless. Thank you.